talk about Wendy Williams. I know some of y'all listened to the interview, but for those of you who have not listened to the interview, take a listen to some of the highlights, okay? The entire interview was 37 minutes long. Tell me what you think about Wendy Williams's mental state, or what it sounds like it is in this interview. Does she sound like she has got Alzheimer's or dementia, or that she needs to have someone lock her up because she can't take care of herself? And it's so crazy how this interview popped off on the Breakfast Club. They did the little interview. Good morning, this is DJ Andy Charlemagne, blah, blah. And they said, we have a special guest. It's Wendy Williams. And they went straight to business because they didn't know if her conservator or if her handler was going to come on and just shut the entire interview down. You could tell they felt rushed to get this out there before Wendy was punished.
The legend, the icon, yes. The reason that we do what we do each and every morning, especially me, we have Wendy Williams on the line. Good morning, Wendy. Good morning.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, Charlemagne.
Please, Wendy. Wendy's niece, Alex, is on as well. Alex, you're going to be talking too, right? Hey, Alex.
That's my niece, Alex. That's my niece, Alex. And Charlemagne and I, by the way, have known each other for like 20 years and running.
That is very true. Wow. Listen, Wendy, let's get right to it. I'm going to tell everybody what's going on. Wendy Williams is currently trapped in a conservatorship. If you don't know what a conservatorship is, it's when someone is in charge of making decisions on your behalf, but usually because the conservatee is not able to make decisions for themselves. Wendy can make her own decisions. She is not cognitively impaired. She is not incapacitated. She is being taken advantage of. Right. Wendy, tell us what's going on.
Well, first of all, to start with, my niece Alex knows a lot as well, but I am not cognitively impaired, you know what I'm saying? No, but I feel like I am in prison. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like I'm in New York City, right? And by the way, my apartment has been sold, thank God, a while ago. But I'm in this place where the people are in their 90s and their 80s and their 70s, and even when people are 60 like me, hey, I'm sexy and gorgeous. I am 60. Look, please, July 18th, 1964, honey. But look.
So there you go. So far, she sounds like she is absolutely fine, you guys. Like she's still got her spunky little personality and everything like that. And she's saying that she's currently being held up in some sort of a tower with people who are like in their 80s and 90s who really can't take care of themselves. And it's a very tiny apartment with only one window as well. And so, like I mentioned earlier, she's not even allowed to head out there and go out for a walk. Literally every single breath, every single movement has to be accounted for and has to be approved by her conservator. And again, I ask, who is it that gets to decide that the conservator gets to have control over Wendy's life? Wendy has lawyers in her family and like close family members who have said, hey, listen, if you feel as though she needs a conservator, let us be the ones to look after her. We know her and we have a vested interest in making sure that she is okay. But for some reason, they are not able to be the ones to step up to the plate. The court specifically want for this woman, Susan something. If you know the name, let me know in the chat, or if you're part of my playback posse, let me know in the comment section. But they're saying that it has to be this woman who has control of Wendy. And something that Charlemagne pointed out, which is very alarming, and it's very evident that there is some sort of a conflict of interest. It's that this woman got control of Wendy, and then after she was granted control of Wendy in the conservatorship, she made a donation to the judge who allowed her to control Wendy's life and Wendy's finances as well. Like that obviously shows that, or it implies that there was some sort of dirtiness that happened behind the scenes. It feels like corruption to me. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. Let me know, okay? Houston Rose says, based on our conversation, she sounds very well. You could tell she was nervous about the repercussions of the interview. Exactly. And I hate that for her. Imagine just having a candid conversation with your friends and being, punished for it. And punishment for Wendy could mean, okay, well, you're not going to be allowed to go to your father's birthday. And when your father is 94 years old, you'd better be allowed to go to your father's birthday, because that is just, it's a miracle, right? Every single day there is a miracle. You don't know when the last day is going to be. And so she talked about how she had created something very, very special for her father as well. And so she just really, truly wants to be able to go out there and and give her father the gift that she had prepared for him. So, you know, some of the things that they were saying to us is, listen, you guys, please, please, please go ahead, far and wide, share the free Wendy hashtag, you guys, because she is not doing well. She does not consent to this conservatorship. They're saying that it is a lie. She does not have dementia. They're saying that she's being forced to take random pills, that she doesn't know what the pills are. She is being denied the ability to go and see her regular thyroid doctor that she's been seeing for about 25 years. They truly have taken control of her entire life, and she is not at all okay with what is happening there, okay? Take a listen to her talk about wanting to be there to celebrate her father's birthday. This is the part that really, really got me. It's devastating. I'm just thinking of how old her father is and how he is the only parent that she has left after her mother passed away.
Because she already said to see my dad for his birthday. You know, he's going to be 94. So, and all I can, look. Please continue to talk, Alex. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, look, can I say something out too?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, I know, you know, you lost your grandmother, Alex. Wendy, you lost your mother. You were in the conservatorship when that happened.
Here's the thing. She was not in the conservatorship when that happened. Oh. But that period of time was right before. And to know that she may not be able to come down here for my grandfather's 94th birthday, every day is not promised. Right. One thing that I know that my aunt wanted, we talked about this ad nauseum, she wants to be here for his birthday. Right. And the fact that they're playing games about my grandfather being able to see his daughter and my aunt being able to see her father, I'm sorry. That is just absolutely sickening.
Like I'm exhausted thinking about what if I can't see my dad for his birthday? You know, at 94, you know, the day after that is not promised. It's not promised. You know, I have things from my dad that's in storage. And they're little things that I say, you know, I'm not going to give it to him, but I'm going to sew them and make them so that they look perfect on me. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I know how to sew. I've known how to sew for years. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, I want to give my dad some sort of fragrance. You know, I want to go to Sephora and pick and choose. What? My life is like fucked up.
Yeah.
Alex, do you think you...
So there you go, you guys. She is crying. She is sobbing. She is begging for the public's help to be able to get out of this conservatorship and to see her father for his 94th birthday. Again, I don't understand why something like that would even be in question. If you're saying this person's incapable of taking care of themselves, blah, blah, why is it someone that is outside of the family that is able to go and control everything? Why can't, you know, the person or the family select someone that they all approve of? You know, why can't there be some sort of like system set up? I think it's crazy that one random stranger would be able to control tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars like that, and to limit the access that this person has. If someone is not doing well, isn't that a person that needs family and friends more than anybody, right? Why isolate someone like that? Like loneliness, the stress, the anxiety, all of those things are terrible for that person's health. She is spending her birthdays alone. She doesn't even know she's going to be able to see her father for his birthday. All of this is crazy. I am really, really, really glad that Wendy is able to get up there and to speak out and to, you know, for us to hear her voice and just remember, this sounds exactly like Wendy that we saw on TV, right? This is the same woman. So how is it that all of a sudden we're saying that she is off? You know, that she has dementia, she has this, she has that, you know, like it is just so devastating. You know, it is. Come on. Yes, she gossiped, but I feel like this is different, you know, like this is someone controlling her life and putting her in a tower, you know, which is completely different, in my opinion anyway, from gossiping about people. But listen, there are a lot of people who feel the same way that you do as well. So no judgment there at all, you guys. Honestly, this is all just so devastating. And another thing that she spoke about is how the conservatorship lady, Sabrina something, took away her cats. So Wendy had two cats. What were their names? There were Kit Kat and something else. And they went and they got rid of her cats as well. So like she thought that they were being housed somewhere, but no, they full blown got rid of those cats, and she didn't even know about it until she insisted on them telling her what happened to her cats. Because of course, as a cat mom, she is worried and, you know, concerned about their safety and their general well-being as well. Sorry, I keep looking down, you guys, because I'm trying to tee up the next clip, because you know, there's one final clip that I want to share with you guys. And it is a clip of Wendy talking about the Diddy drama, because the people on the Breakfast Club, they said, Wendy, everything you've been saying since your radio days has come to fruition. The Diddy stuff, all this other stuff, it has come to fruition. We need you. We need you to have a podcast. We need you to get out there and just, you know, tell us you told us so, or something like that. And so she, of course, responds to that. And I want for you guys to be able to hear for yourselves exactly what she had to say in response to that. And funny enough, I do have a photo of her with the diddler himself. So take a listen to what it is that she has to say about people, you know, finally being able to see that she wasn't, you know, she wasn't lying when it came to Diddy being a bad person and a creepy person. Take a listen.
The other day I was watching Cookout, and there I am in the first opening scene. I was like, oh my God. Season 1, episode 13, there I am on Martin. You know what I'm saying? And as far as Diddy will go to prison for life, people. You don't know things that I knew about Diddy back in the day, and you want to know what? It's about time, people. It is about time. Diddy done.
So there you go. She said the things that Diddy has done are even worse than what we know so far. And the things that we know so far are heinous. We have seen that elevator video where he chases Cassie in his underwear, in his towel, as she tries to escape him without even wearing shoes. So Wendy is aware of that, and she is still saying the things that this man has done are, you know, pale in comparison to what it is that you guys have seen so far. It'll all come out. He is worse than you think even now. And I believe her, y'all. I believe her. I think that he is a messed up, sick, disturbing, crazy person who does deserve to go away for life as well. And I do remember that moment that you're talking about as well, Jay. I do think that that is, you know, unforgivable as well, that she had outed the cancer before the family even knew about that as well. Helma says it's illegal imprisonment, and someone paid the court a lot of money to make that happen. Apparently it was a conservator herself who paid the money. So I got to ask you guys, and there is someone here who has been talking about dealing with conservatorships in her own life as well. So shout out to you, Caroline. Caroline has talked about this in the past as well. So, you know, to you, Caroline, and anybody else who has unfortunately had the mispleasure of dealing with conservators, what happens with the money, right? So sometimes it seems as though there's a vested interest in getting a hold of people with money. So is the conservator accountable to anybody for what they do in terms of money? Because, for example, and a lot of you guys are talking about Britney Spears and whatnot, right? Britney Spears' family was making money off of her while she was being held in that conservatorship. Her sister was given access to some of her properties. Her father was paying himself a handsome salary as being, you know, her conservator and whatnot. So who does the accounting? Like, who approves of it if the person whose money is being spent doesn't have any sort of like actual human rights? Like, that's something that also very much confuses me about all of this. So I would love to know, what is this woman paying herself to control Wendy, right? And why is this salary justified? Who gets to decide? All sorts of things like this, you know, these sorts of things really do confuse me when it comes to all of it. Okay, you guys, like, it is a lot, you guys. It really, really is. Honestly, there are a couple of calls to action that came out of this interview. They said, use the hashtag Free Wendy as much as you can. One thing I didn't like is that it wasn't super clear and linear, right? They said it would be great to set up a GoFundMe and a change.org petition. Listen, Wendy is your auntie, right? Like, this is your family member. You guys are the ones with the platform who went on the Breakfast Club. We need for you guys to set up the GoFundMe, and then people will donate, right? You guys set up the change.org petition, and then people will sign it. We can't have a bunch of like, people coming up with these things everywhere and splitting the effect of it. It needs to be organized and it needs to be streamlined. Her team needs to go ahead and create all this stuff, and then we'll come and then share our support. So again, for those of you who are just joining us now, Wendy only has $15 to her name, okay? She cannot even afford to go out for a nice dinner right now. So that is why they need a GoFundMe. She does not have access to her money. So I really do hope that her team is listening, watching these videos, listening to these podcasts and whatnot, and setting up the platform so that we can go out there and show our true support, right? Boss Lady says, if you research, you will see the conservatorships were created in the 1940s and mostly used by husbands that wanted to take over their wife and money after divorce. Listen, that does not surprise me. I was watching a video by a wonderful YouTuber named Ty from Ty's Hot Messy History. And so she talked about how there was this person who had sent his wife to an insane asylum, where she suffered for the rest of her life because she gained weight after childbirth, right? Or after getting pregnant by with his baby. He was like, no, I don't like your body anymore. I'm going to have you committed. I'm going to claim you're insane. So a lot of these systems that you're seeing now are still doing these things, right? And so conservatorship seems to be another one where Wendy is in one. We had Britney Spears in one. And then there are men who go off the rails. We saw Robert Downey Jr. That man was off the rails. He was never put in a conservatorship. There's, what's that guy? The guy, Mel, his house just burnt down. Mel, Passion of the Christ, that guy. He was freaking nuts for a while. He probably still is. And he's not under a conservatorship, right? It seems to be something that disproportionately targets women. And I hate that. Now, Jolie says, speaking of Calvin Hunter, Wendy hinted in her Breakfast Club interview that he might somewhat be responsible for her conservatorship because, and I do urge you guys to go ahead and watch the full interview. It's 37 minutes. If you listen to it on 2x speed like me, it'll be half of that, right? But Calvin Hunter, Wendy is asked by Charlemagne, why are you even in a conservatorship? Like, who brought this forward? What happened? The word on the street had always been that she was placed into one because allegedly her son, Kevin Jr., was spending up a storm on her credit cards. They got frozen because it was not Wendy's typical spending behavior. Yeah, she's got some nice things, but she is overall a frugal person. And so apparently this flagged the system. And then it led to all of this. But no, Wendy is low-key saying that it has something to do with her husband. Go back and take a listen to it. She said it has something to do with her divorce, but she doesn't go into any deep details about it. Okay, you guys. So, anyway, it sounds like maybe he told the people she was crazy or something like that. That happens around the 14 minute mark of the interview. Listen, I wish I had links to provide you guys, but unfortunately there were no links provided yet. When I get the information, I will be sharing it with you guys, okay? And yes, that's the guy. Thank you all so much. Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson was another guy who was off the rails and probably should have been put under a conservatorship, right? If he was being held, if he were being held by the same standards as women are being held by. But nope, apparently not. Apparently it's only women who get put under these things, and I find it sickening.